Patreon allows creators to offer their fans a way of supporting them and what they do. With flexible and painless payment options, anyone can support their creator for as little as $1 a month. If you would like to help me do what I love, check out the link in the video description to learn more. Hello ladies and gentlemen, welcome to a Grux Hero deck and guide. If you guys want to take a look at this deck more in depth, go to the end of the video where we analyze the deck a little bit more in depth. So ladies and gentlemen, the very first ability you start off with as Grux in the jungle, pretty much his best place in my opinion, is Double Pain. Deal 67 damage multiplied by 1.2 plus an additional 35 basic damage. It has 100% cleave, great for dealing damage to a lot of people around you, and has that multiplier. So if you have any basic damage, interesting cards, it does deal a lot of damage. It is on a relatively low cooldown, and as you can see, doesn't take that much mana. If you're wondering about the jungle route that I am doing, go and check my jungle route video on that, because it's complicated. There's lots of options. Go learn about it in that video. The first card you get is the Mother Tree. Because Grux has such great damage with his Double Pain, you can absolutely go for something like the Mother Tree that gives you some good mana regen, and just use that to DPS down the minion waves. Gives you great sustain, some mana, and especially, obviously, when you're in the jungle, it works really well. Overall, in the jungle, you have to be glued to that screen here, and she does get away. I did not anticipate her doing that. I was going to use my knock-up first. Let's see if she can land the Seismic Assault. Can I get the smash and grab? No. So unfortunately, you're always looking for this. And she did come back to me, so come on, Bellica. Come on, baby. Let's go. Let's go, Bellica. She did follow up. Oh, but she did. Oh, I got her. Somehow I killed her. Okay, well, she died. Fantastic. So you're always looking for those opportunities to gank. And then once you get your ultimate, unlock that Onslaught gem that you do see over there. So there's the gank. That's what we are talking about here. We're going to try this. Come on, baby. Just, oh my god. And there you go. I'm just going to try to do something here. The Faye used a great that, and hopefully, where's the Zinx? Help her out, man. Not sure what was going on. Now, Grux's ultimate is pretty insane. It's called Warlord Challenge. Basically, you do this huge shout and you deal a tremendous amount of damage. And I mean a tremendous amount of damage. It's pretty insane here. What is going on? There is the double kill, baby. That is what we need to do here to deal tremendous amounts of damage. It is insane. 50% damage bonus. 50%. It's insane. Use it, unit. It's absolute. It's crazy. Use it for engagements like that, and just make sure to annihilate your opponents. What we're doing here is getting wards. You can definitely help your team out in this deck. Use Lamplighter, but we're going straight for Tyrant. Tyrant. What Tyrant does is give you power for every jungle minion that you kill. And then when you get 35 of those minion kills, then you are able to gain 200 health. So it's mostly just helps you get power and damage, kind of, when you just do your thing in the jungle. But looks like I need help. Let's see. I'm gonna stay on my way right lane. Oh, hello. Okay, well, this Wukong is diving my jungle. Looks like he had a bit of a tough time. Can you land the stun, please? Oh my goodness. And there's a nonsense Wukong doing nonsense things there. So unfortunately, that didn't land. I waited a little bit too long to use my smash and grab. That is our Q ability that we definitely unlock second. Smash and grab, AoE pull, and stuns enemies that are pulled into us. And this is really, really important. This ability changes engagements like that. You have to use it at the appropriate time. Either somebody's going to escape, somebody's going to do their own combo on your team and you need to disrupt them. There's 3 enemies very close together, so you can pull them into the rest of your kit. It's tremendous. Pulling a group of people towards you into something like a double pane into your crush, which is your E ability, is very powerful. What your crush does is you lunge forward a bit and you knock up enemies in a small AoE. Obviously, that is very, very powerful. So use that appropriately as well. You're kind of layering on the control interspersed with a basic attack. So use your control and then basic attack. Use your control, basic attack. It's very, very, very powerful. And you just kind of have to get the rotation of Grux down, and then he feels like a complete, absolute beast. We're going to try to see what we can do here with this. More Gesh, and I didn't use my ult here at the appropriate time. This would be absolutely be a whoa. This would absolutely be a much more dead Gesh if I'd used my ultimate. But I usually forget Grux's ultimate, to be honest with you, just because it's so audible. It is so audible. He uses this huge roar, and it feels really strange, to be honest with you, to make this huge roaring sound right before, you engage. It's kind of like, here I am. You just have to be careful not to give away your engagement too much. So in this engagement here, there's going to be one opportunity for the pull. And there it is, baby. There it is. Kill them! Oh my goodness! No follow-up. Unfortunately, not enough damage. There was the kill time, ladies and gentlemen, and we're gonna make sure that, oh goodness, and the Wukong gets out because he's Wukong. Yay! There we go, ladies and gentlemen. There is the kill. Woo! There is the defense that, like nothing else, to try to make that happen. So at this point, we're trying to think of cards that we can go for. We could go for Malink's Tribute, which is a card here we absolutely are going to get just like that, as we now unlocked our Mana Reactor Gem at tier 7 Vitality. This gives us infinite mana, pretty much infinite mana with the amount of sustain that we have. This Malink's Tribute is going to give us a good sizable shield when we, just through our normal regen. And I'm going to try to see if we can get a kill here on this Morgesh. Let's see. Let's go, baby. There we go. And there's the kill. And look at that nice shield, giving us a nice amount of... Go do this. We have... I need to just stun this Wukong, but I'm dead. So, unfortunately, not enough. Follow up. The friendly team here isn't around, but they do come in with the rotation. Nicely done. There we go. We are the Disruptor, the Confirmer, the Annihilator, Grux. This next card is Yomi Guardian, and what it does is provides tremendous damage mitigation for you and your team. So, oh, okay. Well, I guess I don't get anything there. Let's go in here. Let's completely obliterate this. Let's take reduced ability, basic damage here from that, and let's try to get everybody. But unfortunately, we had a terrible engagement, and that is one of the things about Grux. The terrible engagement means, yeah, you can't really do much. If you don't get that smash and grab, if you don't, whatever. Bellica, fake tooth, get a pick, get an objective. Like I can't take Bellica. Oh my goodness. Oh my goodness. Oh, objectives. Jeez, people. Objectives, objectives. Ladies and gentlemen, if you get a advantage, if people are not on the map, if people are way over on the other side of the map, take a tower, take an objective, do something. Please. Now, Flame of Zetchin is amazing. It deals damage on jungle minions or on objectives. Unfortunately, with 2 carries on the enemy team, I'm going to need more basic armor, and that's what we are doing here. Going for Yomi Guardian to reduce that basic damage further, and Thunder Cleaver to add to our burst, as it does have an active that deals 125% basic damage to nearby enemy units, while also giving us 100% cleave. So now that we have a kill here, we're going to see what we can do with it. Probably go for Ore Prime. Here is a engagement here. We're going to wait for that opportune moment. And that opportune moment usually is... Ooh, you really got to wait for it, ladies and gentlemen. That's what Grux is really good about. We don't have any engagement yet. We did transition from that Thunder Cleaver. I'm going to try to get a... Oh my god. From Thunder Cleaver into Unbroken Spirit. What this does, it gives us tremendous ability damage mitigation, and when we're hit by stuns, we rejuvenate part of our health after a stun. So it really is absolutely fantastic. I'm gonna use my this here, and come on, baby, let's go. Oh my goodness. I'm gonna use my this here to take reduced damage from basic attacks, and as you can see, basic attacks really aren't doing very much at all. I'm going to get this Kwang away from our damage dealers. Do I confirm the kill? I do, but do I get out is the question. Looks like we do. So there you guys go. We are a heavy-duty frontliner now with Yomi Guardian, with that active. And there you guys go. So great final engagement there. Saw us turn from a ganking machine in the early game to now a heavy-duty frontliner using that Unbroken Spirit, the Tyrant that we keep because it deals tremendous amount of damage. Only in the insane late game do you switch that out. And Yomi Guardian for superb basic damage mitigation through that active for both you and your team. So, ladies and gentlemen, here is the deck. Lamplighter for those wards really are great. You can put them on the river usually. That's really great spots for them, even into enemy territory. Armored Footman reduces that basic damage taken by 20% chance of that happening. It is really good in the early game with Grux, especially that damage comes from the low mana cost double pain that enables you to clear fast. The Mother Tree gives us the health regen mana and 50% mana regen, 2.2 health regen when in the jungle. The sustain is everything because that double pain deals so much damage for that clear. It really helps you gank and be effective. Flame of Zetchin is a card you pick up as soon as possible and try to keep as late as possible to secure those objectives, which are everything, and start that snowball. Green Spring is a great curve card into Tyrant and then into something like Vital Waters, which you can get to have tremendous sustain if that's really all that you need. Maybe you're ahead after Tyrant, stuff like that. Vital Waters, insane health regen, especially on somebody like Rampage. Tyrant is the key to this. I mean, power. You get power for every time you kill a jungle minion, plus 200 max health when it's finished. You can finish this terribly early if your team is doing well and you're allowed to farm. Tyrant is superb, exceptional value till the very, very, very late game. Then you have option of coursing Zephyr here if the enemy team has lots of debuffs like the Morgesh High, for example, Nameless Curse, a Wraith back it up. You can go out of that. The Fey Root or Ultimate, you can do that. It is exceptionally powerful, just very, very situational. Malink's Tribute, absolutely phenomenal. The power and max health, especially if you try to get it early enough, it can get you that 15% of maximum health shield, which is great for ganking, so you can stay a little bit longer and deal some damage and disrupt the enemy team. Thunder Cleaver, great clear card and burst card with that active And it is one of the best curve cards into something like Yomi Guardian and Unbroken Spirit. Don't hesitate to transition into those later cards through Unbroken Spirit. Yomi Guardian is probably the best basic damage mitigation card in the game, giving you power, max health, basic armor, exactly what you need, plus that active to also help your entire team and yourself for 8 seconds. It's astronomically powerful. Unbroken Spirit is a card that you eventually get for that ability armor, and if they have incredible crowd control on the enemy team, you regenerate 2.5% of your maximum health for over 4 seconds, or per second for 4 seconds after being hit by hard crowd control. It's an ultimate sustain damage mitigation, CC mitigation card. It's really, really powerful. So endgame deck, Unbroken Spirit, Yomi Guardian, maybe something like Thundercleaver or Mauling's Tribute. If you want a little bit more damage, you could go for Coursing Zephyr or Vital Waters for incredible, even more tankiness if you have 2 carries on your team. It's really up to you what your final deck is. Fast travel on a ganking Grux, phenomenal. You can catch up to people, get into position a little bit faster. Viz, very, very underrated. Mana Reactor for infinite mana because you are so tanky and have good regeneration with Green Spring, Vital Waters. Damage return, so you can dive the backline. The enemy carry will just simply kind of eat their own damage. We have Reflexive Purify, so that back it up is purified. Stuns are purified. Gideon's ultimate's purified, and improved health regen for even more sustain, so you can just kind of stick on the battlefield and press your advantage. Onslaught to reduce the cooldown of all of your abilities, especially your ultimate and other key abilities. There you guys go. Let me know what you guys think of this deck for Grux. What about Grux? Grux is really fantastic. It's the crowd control into just controlling your enemy team, the combos. He is super meta. Amazon is the tried and true way of shopping for anything you need or want at the lowest prices. Support the channel at no cost to you by doing your Amazon shopping through the link in the video description. Please like this video if you like it, dislike it, share it with the community. Of course, guys, subscribe if you guys like this content, especially if you found it useful. Please subscribe so I can do it for you in the future. Please check out my social media here. Check the video description for links to my website, merchandise store, and Amazon affiliate link. And a huge shout out to all of my Patreon supporters, Twitch subscribers, and YouTube sponsors who go out of their day, out of the way to make my day and these videos possible. Thank you guys very much for watching. Until next time, like always, stay optimistic and positive.